Hello. So I'm here as part of Back to the Future with Jessica Burt and the beautiful Bella. Jessica being a food lawyer at Mills and Reeve, and Bella being star social media star. Is that fair to say, Jess?
Well, I think so. We do food and agri updates on LinkedIn, and I've taken to having her on my lap to get attention because she makes the odd grunt underneath, and people were thinking it was me. So she's now become the star of the show on our various updates.
Well, it's fantastic to have you both here. And just for Back to the Future, we're looking ahead. We're looking a little bit behind us. So, what trends have you seen in the industry over the last decade? What kind of landmark regulations have you seen that has really kind of moved the needle in ag, food, and drink?
Well, it's interesting that you said that because it's my 10-year anniversary at having moved to Mills and Reeve, and so I can really plot it from my time at Mills and Reeve, and it's been interspersed with massive events like Brexit and COVID. But the general trends within the food and agri sector that we've seen, they involve information and claims. So we've had the health and nutrition claims regulation being applied, and the detail of the food information to consumers regulation coming in, really prescriptive from Europe. So we've had this deluge of specific regulations. And then we've also then had Brexit and the seeking to move away with the UK from these specific regulations, and the realization that when you're dealing with a close trading partner and our laws are so embedded with each other that is a lot more difficult than you might realize. So on the information and the labeling front, that has become a lot more detailed, a lot more regulated. And you also have the regulation coming in of specific softer claims along the lines of sort of origin and how that will be policed, along the lines of welfare and the detail that might underline that. And then there's the great green juggernaut of sustainability claims that is particularly in Europe, our close trading partner, being really much more tightly regulated. And it's coming into the UK as well, with the Competition and Markets Authority looking at that. So you see the trends of information and data underlying that, and you also have that all connected with supply chains and the ongoing global events, whether that's climate change, whether that's instability on the world stage, and how that really, sorry Bella, how that really affects the sector. So it's fascinating times, and the general trends of the last 10 years, it's got to be information, and it's got to be the sustainability agenda for me.
Yeah, excellent. And we always say that regulation is, depending on how you look at it, either a driver of innovation or a barrier of innovation. And from what you've just said, I guess we've sort of seen both over the last decade. Are there any particular barriers? What would be on your kind of wish list for the coming decade to progress the sector?
Well, the barriers to innovation, the barriers for the regulation stopping innovation, and with Europe, you've seen it very much with the lobby groups and the invested interests, and trying to get some sort of agreement from such disparate member states with their own interests and their approaches to these, which obviously are going to differ as well. We do see it particularly in the sphere of innovation, where regulation just can't keep a pace with innovation. You see it in the novel foods, GM, gene editing, cultured meat is a particular area. Insect protein and the CBD market have been stultified by the lack of flexibility from our regulators. And also the differing approaches of regulation, where you have Europe looking at the precautionary principle and how that should be applied, and the work towards a Brexit bonus in the UK is very much looked at innovation as a way to set ourselves apart, research and development, sort of how to get the money that is there for research and development and how to get that innovation actually to provide the Brexit bonus. And we're really being held up by the sort of the regulators and the approval system. They are looking at this now. The Food Standards Agency is looking at their regulatory approval system. But for me, it is the vested interests and it is the approval process that really needs to have some accountability put into it. That's with clients, we're finding again and again, they're saying, so what can I do about this? How can I get the approval systems to be answerable? And that is an area that we really need to look at, because judicial review is just not an option for the vast amount of people.
Yeah. Interesting. So moving ahead to your next 10 years with Mills and Reeve, what excites you? What do you expect to see? And I guess what does that mean for the firm?
So, well, Mills and Reeve, we are a nationwide law firm with specialists within that, and we focus on the food and agri industry. So whoever you talk to is going to be very knowledgeable in the area, the issues that would affect you, particularly in the food and agri sector. And what we've always been trying to do is replicate the farm to fork side, so that you would have a specialist legal advisor for every step of the way, from corporate with our leapfrog ready made up contracts for those who are starting off. And I think it's a really exciting time, because if our clients are doing well, then we are doing well. So looking forward, I would hope that the tech side, the innovative side, that they actually get to achieve their goals, that they get to buoy up the UK market, that they get to succeed. I would hope that data sharing, some sort of platform on which the data that underlines all these sort of softer claims that people want to make, that individuals, consumers are most interested in, that is provided with a proper structure, so that, okay, there can be a level playing field, but that there is the option for people to make these claims, rather than sort of being too scared of saying the wrong thing or being too tightly regulated to actually get their product to market. So I'm really excited about the future. And I really hope that there will be less red tape. Funny for a lawyer to say that, but that there's less red tape in the future, and that there is more assistance rather than obstacles for agri and food companies going forward.
Fantastic. Well, that's a pretty inspiring note to close on. Jess, Bella, happy 10th anniversary. It feels good to celebrate a decade, doesn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a nice round figure. So here's to another 10.
Jess, Bella, thank you so much. We'll see you again soon.
Many thanks.